Hello again, guys. Let's continue with our endless card. As you remember, yesterday we took a card in order to do this weird thing. It looks like just a square, but if you open it, you can do it several times. And we go back to the beginning. But remember, this is not the end of the exercise. We're going to continue by decorating it, and it's going to look awesome. So yesterday we did a grid with different decorations, and this is mine. I have finished it, and these are my 4 compositions. So now it's the moment to cut and paste. This is what we're going to do today. This is all. But of course, this takes time. Yesterday I was about 1 hour and a half or maybe 2 hours to complete these 4 designs. In fact, we can do up to 6 designs for this card. But I think with 4 is going to be enough. Anyway, if you want to add more, once I tell you how, you can do two more decorations using these 4 squares and 4 squares. Don't worry if they are not together as here, I mean with a square shape, because we are going to cut them, so you can do it piece by piece, or you can cut them and then put them together to the decoration, well, whatever. Okay, I'm not going to continue with that. So now what we have to do, we have to cut. We take our scissors and let's go. So I'm going to cut first the 4 compositions. I mean, without cutting them again. And please be patient, as I always say to you, in order to cut the best as you can, because it's important to cut properly. It would be a shame if we cut badly and these decorations get ruined, don't you think? Okay, so I'm cutting this one. Okay, so as I was telling you, this took me about 1 hour and a half, which means approximately 2 classes. I know that you are still working on the decode the secret code thing. So don't worry, because I'm going to give you today's class, and probably we are going to use next week classes. I'm going to give them to you to finish this, for finishing this exercise. So today's class is for start coloring. Tomorrow class, there is no class tomorrow, it's Friday. Monday class for coloring too. And then let's say that, or Wednesday class, I always mix them. And on Thursday, you will cut and paste. So don't worry, because you have 1 week for doing this exercise. 1 more week, I mean. Okay, but I'm going to show you today how to finish the exercise, and that's all. So now I have my 4 compositions cut, and now I'm going to cut again this and separate the 4 squares that make the whole composition. So carefully, I'm going to cut right in the middle, following the line that I did with my pencil. Okay, try to be accurate with your cutting. Don't feel bad for cutting it, it's going to turn nice, okay? The final exercise, I mean. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to cut this one. Okay, in order to let everything dry, I'm going to start pasting my composition. Then I let it dry while I'm cutting another one, and I paste and I let it dry, because we need to let everything dry properly, because if not, we are going to spoil the exercise. So the thing is to put the cards, I mean the pieces of square, we have to cut them and stick them paste them with some glue here. Okay, this is the thing. This is the first thing we're going to do. So for that, I usually take my Webombies again. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to start with the upper left corner, for example. So I take my glue or whatever I got, and I use the paper just not to put this on the table. I mean, to avoid the table to get dirty. Okay, this is the first one. And it's easier because you can add glue to the whole surface, including the corners. Now this one. I'm going to continue with this one here. Make sure you paste everything correctly. Okay. I think it's enough. If they end a little bit separated, it's not a problem, okay? But you have to use the area for each piece, because if you invade another area, it's not going to work, the final exercise, okay? So be careful with that. Here we go. We have the first part done. Now I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to let this dry too. I'm going to make sure my hands are not sticky, and I'm going to cut another one, which is going to be the second one. One neon exercise, this one. I'm going to cut this one, for example. So the same thing, I cut the 4 mini squares on this composition carefully. Okay. I cut the other one. Here there is a little bit of black left. I'm going to try to cut it, but well, it's not a big deal. And now this other one. Okay, so what do we have to do next? It was like this. I love you. We're going to make sure that this one is not sticky, okay? And now we are going to open our emoji face, and we place it like this. Okay, so you can put here I love you, but then we are going to like this to change it. So we have 2 options. We open, we put here I heart you, or as we know that we have to turn it to open it again, we can put it I love you here. I prefer to put it here because you open and you read and then you turn, okay? Well, but this is the way I see it. It is not forcefully the one you see it too. Okay, so I'm going to start again the 4 squares. Don't worry about this strange position of the card, because it's completely normal, I mean natural. Okay, so I remember I fit it to the lower right corner of the small square. Okay, now this heart, I'm going to put it there. That's it. Look, my finger, watch out with this. I'm going to take advantage of it, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue there, and I'm going to clean a little bit my finger. That's it. Another heart. Make sure that you don't place your square upside down on another area with fresh glue, okay? Because if not, you're going to stick it to the paper, and this paper is not our final art. So make sure you don't place it at the wrong place. That's it. And one more here, for example. We let it dry and we cut next. I'm going to cut this one next. So carefully. I focus on the guidelines to cut properly. Okay. Okay. I have my 4 pieces. I'm going to, oof, they get stuck, so or stick it. I don't know how to use this regular verb for cuando algo se queda pegado. Stuck es como quedarte parado en un sitio como inmóvil, ¿no? Stuck in the middle. When I was in New York City long time ago, and well, my English was awful. I told you about one of my stories there with the lady of the rental car place and so, and when you stopped at some point while you were walking because you wanted to observe some architectural thing or buildings or whatever, or and you stopped right in the middle of the street, of the sidewalk, de la acera. People behind you said, "You're stuck in the middle." They were like a little bit angry and they didn't like that. Yeah. So we have that. Now we have this. Now we are going to open here, but make sure that this is not fresh, that there are not sticky parts, and we can open. This part get a little bit stuck because of the card, but just carefully you open it, and that one I cut it. My goodness. Okay, and here we're going to place the new one, which is going to be this one. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. Uf, me ha quedado ahí un grumazo. No sé decir grumazo en inglés. Okay. Now this one. Madre mía, grumazos todos me están saliendo ahora. Qué bajón. ¡Ah! O sea, tengo aquí un pegote de la muerte. Bueno, pues cuando hay pegotes de la muerte se estiran, porque los pegotes de la muerte son muy valiosos. Okay. Just joking. Try to do it the best you can, and the best. Something like this. Okay. One more. Make sure you place them correctly. Yeah, just like this. ¿Qué tengo aquí? Oh. That's it. How was that? Like this. It looks beautiful when you put them together. It looks so nice. I like it. There are many interesting things related to this endless card, and some crafts made out of card. Madre mía, lo que hay aquí. To do some presents and a good presentation for something, if you want to give a surprise to someone. There are many beautiful things, and maybe we are going to try some because are easy to do. You are cheap. I mean, you don't need a lot of money for doing them. Okay, here we have the heart. And I have Sticky Fingers. Sticky Fingers is the name of an album of the Rolling Stones, in case you don't know it. It had many covers. The first one was censurada. Censorship is everywhere. Oh my, I don't know what to do with this sticky thing on my fingers. Sticky Fingers, very good album in my opinion. I like the Rolling Stones. Okay, so let's open this one here. This is the position. As we open, we leave it, and let's cut this one, the last one, and see if it works, because this is the first time I do something like this. So I repeat, don't worry at all, because you have, I'm going to give you the whole week for this, because decoration, if you want to do it well, takes time. And I would like to see your final artworks as a beautiful masterpiece. Oh my goodness, here I cut it wrong. Okay, Maria, well done. All right, so this is the last one for the moment. Cross my fingers. I'm going to place, remember here I have a pegote, so I don't place this here. I try to look for an empty area. Okay, a little bit crooked. Un poco torcido. Vale. This one. Okay, now this one here. Next. Okay, and last one, but not least. Yeah. This one. Okay, I think we are done. I'm going to... Madre mía. Okay. All right. Colombis, thank you so much for your help. And I think that's all. If we need more, it's going to be like, oh my God. But well, that's it. So this is the thing. Chan, 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 chan. Ay, este está un poco pocho. Se me queda ahí atravesado. Chan, chan, chan. Y así. La, 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 la. Y tenemos an endless card. So with 4 designs, it's done. The thing is, if we open this one like this, you know, because I always open the face with the symmetry, you know? But I discovered that if I open it like this, I will have 2 more spaces and everything is going to turn, se va a descolocar. Entonces, bueno, sed cuidadosos con eso y si no, pues os creáis otros 2 más. Pero os recomiendo que el primero que peguéis lo hagáis de tal manera que sepáis cómo tenéis que abrirlo. Vale, porque si por ejemplo, o este, por ejemplo, también sabéis que lo tendríais que abrir así, ¿no? Porque lo leemos en esta posición. O este que tiene un corazón y los corazones, pues bueno, la simetría viene por aquí, entonces lo abriría por ahí. Si fuera el primero, este ya como es el tercero da igual, es en el primero de todos. El primero de todos hay que colocarlo de tal manera que siempre lo abráis de la misma posición para que no se os abran luego las otras partes vacías, ¿vale? Por ejemplo, si pongo este en la primera posición, como es simétrico por todas partes, a lo mejor lo giro y ya no lo abro por donde es, y entonces ya me lo cargo. Entonces, uy, ¿qué estoy haciendo? Esto es. El primero que pongáis, acordaos, el de las 4 pestañitas, the one with the 4, we can do this in the 4 parts, okay? In this one, try to place one design that you're going to open every time in the same position, that you know how you have to open it. I'm not going to open this one like this, because if I open this one like this, there are empty areas. So if I open this one always in this position, the empty areas will never appear. This is the thing. Okay, this is the thing. So the first one is the most important in order to make your endless card work over and over. All right, because if I do this, there are empty areas, there is another empty areas, and here, look what happens. So, I don't know how to go backwards. Like this, and like this. That's it. Hey, look what happens here. Let's see if it works again. Probably it will. Yeah, but I haven't noticed that behind this one is upside down, let's say. Okay, well, this is the endless card. I hope you have enjoyed the tutorial. So remember, in case you haven't painted your designs yet, don't worry at all, even if the tutorials are finished, because I'm going to give you 2 classes for doing this coloring thing. 2 classes. So today's class, Monday's class, and Wednesday class for sticking and do the final artwork, and we will see what happens on Thursday. Okay, I will let you know this by the chat, so don't get pressed, and do it enjoying what you do and trying to do something beautiful at the end, okay, that looks nice. And be proud of what you do. Try to be proud of what you do. That's it, guys. Have a nice day, have a lovely weekend, and see you next week. Bye bye.